Hello, welcome to the AgentBaseConnect Booking Manager and Advanced Sorting Features demonstration. I am Megan Chappa, and with us on this demonstration is Mickey Smith. Welcome, Mickey.
Thank you, Megan. Hi, we're going to be starting again, as always, from the dashboard, and we are going to be talking about the Booking Manager. We're going to be focusing in on this square, and as we look at it, we notice that it's actually giving trips right now, and if you click on one of these trips, it would go to the entire trip. But we are going to focus on the bookings because as travel agents, we don't get paid on trips, we get paid on bookings. And so one of the bookings on a trip might get paid at a different time than another booking because they're with different suppliers. And so this will break all of that out for us and show us exactly what is going on, give us totals down at the bottom for so many different things. And so let's go through and talk about what each of these individual columns means. Megan, do you want to talk about how you use these?
Sure. Yep. A lot of these are self-explanatory. Trip is the trip name that you booked under, and if you need to get back into that trip or have questions about what it is, you can click right through there. Your client is the client you assigned to it when you were building and booking that trip. Supplier, booking number, date is the date you booked it, departure date, return date, base price is that base dollar sign there, and then the total price is that column or that little block that asked you for the dollars and cents plus any taxes and fees that were broken out on your supplier's invoice. And then that paid date right there is the actual date that the supplier has paid your agency and that your agency applied your commission here. So the COM dollar, the expected dollar, and the agent dollars have some differences. The COM dollar is the commission dollar that the supplier actually paid to your agency. The expected dollar amount is that commission that you entered in to the trip when you were booking the trip. And then the agent money is the portion that you were paid by your agency. So right now this is set up for someone who is a sole owner, or they get 100% of the commission. Depending on what your split is, 80-20, 70-30, whatever it is, you will see your dollar amount reflected that you were paid out under that agent money. And now you can see that there are little up and down arrows next to all of those headings, and they allow you to sort ascending or descending on any of those columns. There are also some really robust advanced search features here, and we're going to let Mickey do some demonstrating of that right now.
Great. Let me show a couple of things. First off, Megan, you had mentioned about how these are bookings actually that are broken out inside of a trip. If we wanted to click on the trip over here on the left, it'll actually take us to the trip with the bookings that we filled out in the first place. So if we needed to add a supplier, let's say that it's still the departure's way away and somebody's adding a side trip, or maybe they're just now adding insurance because they feel whatever for some reason, it gets added after the fact. You can go ahead and add those here just like you would have added them in the first place. And so back to our report. If we wanted to, let's say that we don't have this many bookings, let's say that we have hundreds or thousands of bookings, we can actually use this top area for a fantastic search or sort feature. The way that this works, let me show you the top layer as opposed to the bottom layer because they're different from each other. If we wanted to sort by suppliers, we just start typing in. And this will, once we hit search, break out only that supplier and how it was used and who's done bookings with that supplier. If you wanted to check which clients have booked with which suppliers, you can see that. As you go through and change these numbers, the totals down at the bottom are also going to change. So you can see how much total bookings that you've had. You can see what your expected commissions are from this supplier. You can see what your expected commissions are from a specific
And this is a particularly great feature because sometimes you have goals that you're trying to meet with certain suppliers, and this will be able to tell you if within a certain date range you met that goal and whatever the reward is from that particular supplier. So that's a nice way to be able to sort right there.
Fantastic. If we want to be able to sort by a specific client and see what their totals are for the year, or we just want to break them out and see what their bookings are, If they've called and asked for some specific information, we can do that on the fly here. We don't have to say, oh, I'll give you a call back after I research that. Whenever you take your search or your criteria out, you need to hit search again, and it'll bring you back to all of the information. A couple of really useful pieces of information here on these drop downs are when and how much you have been paid over what period of time. So let's say that we want to show all paid amounts from a given time frame. And I know that we've got some paids in here, so that's why I did this search, and it's a little bit odd in terms of time frame. But maybe you want to search in a quarter, or you want to search a half a year or an entire year. This will give those reports very easily. When breaking this out, this shows, oh, here's exactly how much I've been paid. If we want to show unpaid, there's an interesting thing. The dates go away because this is going to be everything unpaid. And so it will show us exactly what our unpaid value is. So we can tell, oh, we've got a $4,800 value here, what we're expected to get paid so far in our bookings. And so as an agent, what a huge valuable tool this is. Let me take us back. Okay, now another thing Megan was mentioning was that we can break this out, and we can sort up or we can sort down in alphabetical or reverse alphabetical order for any of our headings here, which will give us easy access to finding what it is that we're looking for. But let me show another really handy tool. There's two searches on this page. This search up in the header actually searches everything that you have, and we will get to this in another video. Whenever there's on-page search, it's going to break out what you're doing, and it's going to break it out for whatever you are typing in. So for example, like we know that Blake is one of the people that we are traveling here. So one of our clients is Blake Shelton. So when we type BL, it breaks everything else out of the page and immediately shows us what the information for that is. Now, it doesn't change the information down here at the bottom because we haven't actually changed the search. We're just removing everything else on the page at the moment. And so if we typed LL in, you say, why did it do what it did? Well, Guillermo has two L's in it. So if this does this for anything that has two E's in it, and Europe Express is EE, Halloween EE, etc. So let's say that we're looking for a commission, and we know that we were supposed to get paid on a trip that had, I can't remember what the payment was, but it had an extra penny in it. So, oh yeah, that was the Count Dracula to Oktoberfest trip. And so you can immediately search and immediately find information super easily with this feature. Okay, and I believe that about takes us to the end of the features for the Booking Manager. It's a super robust reporting feature that you can use to track your payments, that you can use to track what you haven't been paid, and you can use to track who's traveling when. And if anything needs to be added to a trip, you can easily find it here and add it. Megan?
Yep.
Do you have any more that you want to say about this?
Nothing more other than it's really helpful to me to be able to forecast what my income will be, because it used to be Excel sheets or me jotting down notes, etc. Again, this is another reason that AgentBaseConnect makes this platform your one-stop place to manage your travel business. You can look back, you can forecast into the future, you can isolate data. It's just really, really useful, and not something that's been offered by any CRM software for travel agents in the past. So really exciting feature that will really help your travel agency be organized and be able to predict some things that you haven't been able to in the past. So I think that concludes it. Mickey, thank you for your time.